Alright, hey everyone, DayTraderRockStar here for number 3 video tonight. Again, doing just a series of videos tonight, very motivated and really want to get some education across, even though, we have off Monday. We're down at the trade show this week, down on Sunday through Wednesday or Tuesday. So it's going to be an exciting week, but I'm still doing research, and again, I feel like, throwing out those little blurbs of education. Some things you'll hear, sometimes you'll hear a lot of different sayings about the market. One of the sayings you'll hear is cash is a position, meaning, um, you know, each week I try to put out a 10 for 1,000 watch list, 10 stocks that are set up perfectly to make a move. And, you could scan the markets and stuff, and you could hope that everything's lining up perfectly. You really need the market to participate for certain setups. If you're looking for shorts, you want the market to go down. If you're looking for longs, you want the market to go up. So, you try to tend to make your, but there's going to be certain areas in the market where things get real gray. You might be pushing up against a support line and, and waiting for that balance. But, if you fail, we're going to fall. So it's a very dangerous area. And again, that's where the key, skill of a trader comes into hand. Well, most of it's about the discipline. I mean, you don't even have to trade some areas of the market, which become a little more choppy, a little more harder to predict. But if you could trade the predictable areas, then things become very, very easy. So I want to stay on that theme here and actually go into the 10 for 1,000 watch list and tell you, you know, even not having a perfect 10 for 1,000 watch list setup doesn't mean that there's not going to be setups during the week. Again, I would not want to give you anything that I'm just looking at, but I want to start giving you just the best of the best of the best. I want this thing to mean something. So again, I'm scanning through stocks here, and I'm going to continue this to kind of just push this in your mind and let you see it happen. This is the NYX here, New York Stock Exchange Euronext combination trade, or X combination company. When they merged, and again, this one's been a hard stock to trade. I mean, it's a lot of people talk about, hey, it's an interesting company and all. A lot of people are real bullish, but basically the trend's been down here. And recently we got a pull back down. I know a lot of people were following in the room and stuff, and I didn't really study it too much because I never liked trading it. But going back on it today, and I could actually put up these trend lines again. Once you have an established 3 trend lines, the importance of trying to trade off of that third test there is so important. And even though there's a trend line, you'll notice that lots of times the market seems to try to test these areas. It doesn't mean that a trend line is going to hold definitely. Especially in the market condition. This is back last, this market probably would have held. This probably would have, but on that last Friday when you got that spike down below that, you had a big spike down in the market Thursday and Friday, 2 huge down days. So it took a lot of stocks out of their patterns, and that's the danger of the whole business. You never know what's around the next corner, but you could pretty much make the playing field very good for you, because most of the time you're looking at an honest market here, and then what happens here is you get hit with some kind of weird economic news or some kind of sentiment change in the whole thing, and you'll get that spike down. You can't really prepare for those, but you have to also understand, when a stock comes back into a pattern like this, it's still valid. This right here, this little bearish day, I wouldn't even consider that. A lot happened. A lot of, even whatever happened with the market. This actually was a very nice hold area. And once we got back up above that, kind of confirmed that, this is looking really good now for an upside breakout. Just a very nice pattern. We really held that level. So I just wanted to, continue to show you that even if you did take that position down here, you would have been in the money. It would have been a lot of money of trying to get it here. But once you got down here and you started buying it into that trend line, even a little spike lower, the odds are you're going to get a nice push back up into that trend line. So NYX is one, but I want to start going through these real fast now. Comms go CTV. All right, this one we took a position. And this is actually a couple reviews too, but they still look interesting. But it's more important to review them because a lot of people are holding them here. And again, it runs right through the theme of the night. watching technical levels for a retest and knowing when to get in. This is the reason I got into CTV. I waited for those stochastics to get down into an interesting level, and I've noticed that, from my past, I was watching this recent correction. A lot of stocks had the stochastics were embedded. This one was just getting down to oversold level, and we're hitting a major support level. So I said, well, you know what? We're probably going to get a bounce up. We're not going to get embedded here. We're going to get a nice bounce, and we're going to move up off of this. This is a nice 2-indicator setup here, right off the bat. 2 indicators. You can probably, add other indicators to it if you search them out, But this was a perfect trade, and again, look at this beautiful pattern here that we came back retested. So again, not that I'm telling you to buy it now because the trade's already in effect. I would rather take profits on the strength, but I think it's important to see that. Why do I think Verizon? And again, just gonna hit you up with some different random things tonight. Why am I not in Verizon? We took Verizon on a beautiful trend line here, and we got the nice breakout. This was one of the best trades of the year, last year actually. And it was just a great, it took a little time, but it did never violate the trend line. And if you stuck to the trade, you would have made money. Again, timing is everything. But getting to today's trade, we've had such a big pullback here. And again, you have two choices. You could try to catch a bottom, or you could wait. Now, why am I not buying Verizon? I would love to see Verizon down here another buck to 27.50. I would pick it up right off of this lower trend line. It does seem, it seems to be bouncing here a little, but you know what? It's worth me waiting right now to watch this. So Verizon is definitely on a focus list going out. If we got anywhere down here to 27.50, 27 area, I would be all over it. I would. It'd be the first time we tested that, and you see how strong those levels are. BLK here. This is a why didn't that come up here? BLK. BlackRock. I like to trade this one. It's first time really pulling back to the 200 period moving average. Very good stock, very good, company. All right, and I'm just bringing this to the attention. It's a different type of trade. It's trading at $207 a share, so. You don't need to be a cowboy to get in this, but you need to have a little cash handy. And if you want to take this as a trade with the common, or you could go with the options. But again, pretty quality stock, forming a very tight channel here, and really starting to hold the 200 period moving average. History has shown that good quality stocks tend to hold these things. Just going to go out on a 60-minute chart, and again. Doesn't mean that, I think once you get that breakout of that little channel here, or at least this trend line, you get a nice move here you can catch. The stochastics on the 60-minute chart are just, one of the best ways to really time the market. You're starting to see an oversold section here. Each time you see those oversold sections in the market on the stochastics, you get a nice bounce, even if it's stair-stepping down. Each one led to a nice little bounce, all right? Boom, 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 boom. Little bounces, little bounces, little bounces. So we should get a decent bounce here because we could easily come up to oversold level and bring those we'll bring BlackRock back up towards who knows where, 220 area or even. So it looks very interesting here. BlackRock holding the 200. A lot of people get scared because, well, what happens if it breaks down? Yeah, but again, that's what we're in here for, to find the best possible areas. If it does break down, you have a very tight stop here. So. I kind of like this one. I'm going to put a loose buy target, a loose buy trigger on it, and again, this one will actually keep a pretty safe trigger on here. The high here at 212, so that's 212 and 213. 213. He'll probably bring us 213 to bring us 213 to bring us 216. 213 is a safe entry there. That just breaks us out of that little trend line and stuff. Again, I would go back out on the 60-minute chart and try to tackle this with the 60-minute, and you can probably just get a little easier entry here. 213. Yeah, you could get it actually much easier here. than 213. 213 would take us over this previous high, but the trend line break would be around 208 or something. So I'd actually watch that 50-period moving average, which right now is 209.50. 209.50. So we're going to put that down too. 209.50. So that's a little higher risk entry. 213, again, it could be an area of resistance. If you get in at 209, you just watch that 213. If you get a breakout above that, you're golden. So that's it on that one. BlackRock, BLK. I think I'm going to do one more video because I'm spending a lot of time, but I'll finish up with this one. I don't know. Smith & Wesson, I'm going to start rolling through some things now. Smith & Wesson Holding Company, SWHC. A couple cheap ones here. Last time we took this stock was this area, this pattern right here, a slanted inverted head and shoulders pattern. And this was actually the last time we took that trade. And I've been waiting for it to drop under 4. And it dropped under 4 a couple times. I thought it was going to go down a little bit further, so I never took the trade. But now we're starting to base out here. We actually held off the recent lows, and the stochastics are starting to turn up. And we had it's starting to look interesting to me. So we closed on the highs. We're attacking that attacking the 50-period moving average for the third time fast. And I would watch, just watch for that breakout. And that breakout would just be a break of yesterday's, or actually Friday's highs, which was 422. So we'll call it 425. 425. And again, it's a cheaper stock. Not something I normally watch here. NVTL here. This is a stock that I bought recently, right back here, and it's kind of came back a little. I'm still holding it. I still, it really hasn't come back. It just got pulled down with the market, and it never really broke out of any type of pattern here. And the only reason I got it is because it was a favorite of Barron's, and I was looking at some past issues of Barron's, and they were calling for a buy back here, and it got hammered here, and it's an interesting play here. But now you can see it actually pulled back here. I was wondering where does this level pull? Let me go back in history here and go back to the lows here around 680, and go back and see if that actually lines up anywhere in this history of the stock, and you can actually see. Look at this. It comes right across the way here. Look at that. Right into this area of really a lot of area resistance here. A lot of profile there, a lot of trading going into that area. And then we go over here, and we actually see that it was used as overhead resistance. And then we go out a little further. This is like the first time looking at this. And look at that. It doesn't. Whoa! Look at that. It goes right to a gap. So it's amazing how these things hold trend lines throughout. This is going all the way to August and stuff. So this is a major area. August, September, last August, September, December, and then we go into 09. That was August 08. February hit it. We really broke out of it, came all the way back, and now we're bouncing off of it. So I really like this Novelis here. NVTL, Novotel Wireless. Stochastics seem to be turning up. I'm still holding a small position. I'm probably going to add to my position on this week. And again, I think the third time we get above that 20-period moving average would be a key. But I like this a lot here with a stop right under this 670 area. And the moving average, well, actually the high of that area is 730. So 740 would be a buy trigger for me to add. 740. All right, that's good for that one. All right, let's continue on here. GNK. Well, I'll be darned. Just looking at other channels and stuff. This is a beautiful channel that came under here. Let's take a look at what's going on here. GNK, what do we like about this? A little channel here. We extend that down, and look what's happening. We're bouncing right off of that level. A good example of a trend line and a retest of that trend line and actually holding that level. So we're going to watch that one. Has a very tight consolidation here. It hasn't really run. Genco shipping GNK. I think there might be better ones out there, so we're going to move on. NYX. We talked about NYX. AMX. On my watch, I'm holding this one, and I think it's worthy of putting on the watch list also. There's still a gap up here. This one got artificially taken down with an acquisition. It fell into the 5 to 7 pullback rule, pushed up to the 20-period moving average, had its first pullback, held above the eyes. We took the entry here, and it looks very good. So, we should go up here, test this gap up here. Stochastics still look good. 2-day consolidation inside day pattern going into from Thursday and Friday. Inside day, so you just take a buy of the outside day pattern here, and the high there is 44.90, so you could call that 44.93. All right, and that would break us out of that, and would look really good too. And I do expect that. Again, nice, eventually back to the highs of the year here, but at least up to the 48 gap resistance area. So very nice level there. All right, so gonna wrap this video up. Try to get one more out for you. I just don't want to make them too big, and I just have a lot to say, and that's about it. So let me put out one more video here with a couple more stocks here.